I also was watching Star Wars while making all this content. I'm on movie number 3. I think it was Return of the Jedi. I don't know, you guys, I'm not loving them. Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of my 30 before 30 bucket list, where we are trying to accomplish 30 really cool things before I turn 30. Now in this episode, I'm gonna be doing something that is considered criminal in the cinematic world, and that's watching Star Wars, which is something that I've never done before. That's the criminal part, that I haven't seen any Star Wars before. I think I haven't watched Star Wars. One, my family was never really into it, so I never watched it as a kid. And then as an adult, I don't know, they didn't really appeal to me. One, because there are so many freaking spin-offs of Star Wars now that their whole universe seems so daunting that it's like, I don't even want to start. It's just, there's just too much going on there. Plus, I didn't start Harry Potter until I think I was about 24. And I got absolutely obsessed with it to the point that I freaking got tattoos and made it my whole personality for 2 years. And I wasn't ready to commit to another fandom like that in case I actually loved Star Wars. So I've been avoiding it, but we are going to be watching all 6 original episodes of Star Wars. But watching a movie isn't fun content, so I figured in this video, we are gonna be hosting an epic May the 4th be with you Star Wars party. So I've already begun the party planning process because this party is going to be just for my ice cream scooping coworkers. My boss offered to make it our team bonding event, which means that she'll be buying us pizza and soda for it. So I can only keep it coworkers as part of the rule for it. But we probably still will be drinking alcohol, which is technically against the rules, but it's still my party. So she said that's fine, but she just has to leave afterward. So that's okay. Thanks for doing that, Viv. So in terms of planning this party, I'm thinking we are gonna go to Party City for some fun themed decor, because that's obviously where you go when you have a themed party. I'm sure they'll have some Star Wars decor that I can put up on the walls, or maybe some napkins or something. But if not, we'll also head to Dollar Tree for, you know, your classic plates, and you gotta get tablecloths and cups and other random decor that I can get for super, super cheap, maybe some other food and maybe some other props. Not really sure what I can find there. And I plan on DIYing a lot of this party in terms of some photo booth props, maybe some wall hanging decor. And I figured we can actually watch Star Wars while we're making these decor items, while we are DIYing some of these fun stuff to really get started. Now, I have watched the first Star Wars movie in my time, which is episode, I think, 4. And I'm not hooked yet, you guys. I still have 5 more movies to go, but my initial thoughts, and I'll give my final thoughts at the very end of this video of the entire Star Wars sagas, but I wasn't immediately hooked, so we're gonna see how the rest of these movies go. And the other things that I have gotten so far are 2 shirts. So the first one is this Chewbacca shirt that says, "I choose you." I went thrifting with my mom and she found both of these shirts, so good job, Mom. And the second one is just a classic Star Wars shirt. So I couldn't decide, and I'm still not sure which one I'm gonna wear for the party. Maybe both, who knows? I love the juxtaposition of these Star Wars shirts with my pink Spice Girl shirt, so fun. So off to a good start. I think next time I update you, we're just gonna start decorating for this dang party. May the 4th be with you guys. I'll also watch a couple more movies in the meantime. Spice up your life, and may the Force be with you. And my mom has graciously donated her time, effort, love, blood, sweat, and tears. Blood, sweat, and tears to a 7-Leia dip. Get it? Leia. And she also donated, purchased for us these beautiful cookies. Let's take a look. They're Star Wars cookies. So if you guys saw in my Phoenix vlog, she ordered us some cookies. This is also from the Cookie Collective. I'll leave it linked down below. But they're so cute and perfectly on theme. Thanks, Bob. You can say you're welcome or something.
Sure.
Today is party day and my apartment is in absolute disarray. Let me show you. All right, kitchen table has a bunch of tools and all the party supplies. Here's my living room right now. So I'm working on this, and I'll tell you about this in a second because I'm going to redo it. More supplies. There is, I don't know if you guys can even tell, but I've just been working with foam boards all night, so it's all over the place. Shoes, that was a fail. More clippings over here. So we have only a few hours to get this place decorated and cleaned up. All right, I have been working hard on this dang party and have spent a lot of time and money towards it. So let me catch you up on all of the decorating and crafting that I've been doing. So enjoy all of these time lapses that I did. So the first thing that I worked on was those masks that I got from Party City. I ended up laying them on the foam board that I got from the Dollar Tree and hot gluing them on, and then painstakingly cutting them out with a box cutter and X-Acto knife. And they're gonna be some photo booth props, so that way people can just hold it up to their face for some quick photos as opposed to actually putting on the mask. Then with those star Post-its that I got from the Dollar Tree, I found some gold ribbon as well as some dental floss, and I'm gonna kind of create this hanging mobile effect, and I re-hot glued all of those pieces back onto this new black foam board just so that way I could hang it up as one piece. In the meantime, I cut up all of those little punny food cards on a little paper cutter just so that I can have those ready to go. Then this morning, I wanted to kind of get a baseline for decorating, so I'm going to be putting the food on my office desk area. So after cleaning all of that off, I wanted to hang a tablecloth. But you guys, I went to put up the poster board with all of the hanging stars, and it looked so freaking bad. It looked like a preschooler's classroom, and a lot of the decor I have is very like arts and crafty, and I'm okay with that. I consider it more campy. This straight up just looked like elementary school work, and I was not happy with it. So I actually ended up making another errand this morning. I went to a fishing store. I went into this fishing store and I asked for fishing wire line, fishing thread, fishing wire line. So with the fishing line, I cut off all of the dental floss and gold ribbon pieces on the former clumps of star Post-its, and now I'm just adding the fishing line just to kind of start over with this whole project. I just ended up retaping down all these fishing wire line stars and kind of starting over with this idea. But it turned out so much better. I'm really happy with it, and you guys will see in the final reveal how it all ties together. So even though I wasted a little bit of time and money, I think it has a much stronger effect. Also, when I woke up this morning, I wrote some cards to my neighbors, kind of giving them a heads up that I will be throwing a possibly loud party tonight. So in my time, it is a Thursday, but I do have some older neighbors and I don't want them calling the cops on us tonight in case it gets a little too rowdy. Then I bought some balloons, and I already had this automatic balloon pumper, and this saves so much freaking time. If you have a ton of balloons to blow up, get yourself one of these. It is life-changing. So I was deflussing the pom-poms, and I knew I wanted to make this like balloon bouquet, and I wanted to use the yellow balloons and this black pom-pom decorations. Now, I didn't end up getting video of me making it because this stupid little balloon bouquet that I made also took me forever. I love the way it turned out, but it took me an embarrassingly long time. So I think my phone was starting to die, so I didn't get footage of that, but I will show you the result of how I use those balloons and the pom-poms for a beautiful balloon display thingy. And so that's some of the decorating that I have been working on. As of right now, it is 5 o'clock my time. The party starts in 3 hours, so I should probably stop blabbering and get back to decorating. So let's finish decorating this place for the party. Okay, so I'm all ready to go. I have my Star Wars shirt on, my hair and makeup is done, and I have 15 minutes to show you the party before the party starts. Now, not everything is here because other people are bringing things, but I can show you all of the hard work that went into this because the devil is in the details. So over in the couch area while we're hanging out here, I'm gonna put Star Wars on the actual TV silently, and then on the speakers, I'm going to be playing like Star Wars cantina music. So this is just my Google slideshow right now, but it will be playing Star Wars. I still need to set that up. But so over on like the coffee table where everyone will be hanging out, I have Han Rolos, Darth Malts, and edible Ewoks, which were the Teddy Grahams, the Whoppers, and the Rolos that I bought. So here's how those stars turned out. It looks so much better, way less arts and crafty, but still kind of fun and whimsical. Kind of reminds me of Harry Potter. It doesn't look that great because I have a ring light on, so it's reflecting weird, but it looks much better in person. So this is gonna be our main food table. So I have our 7-layer dip that my mom made for us, and then I finished assembling here. Some Trooper Scoopers for the chips. This is where our pizza's going. So my boss just ordered Jabba the Pizza Hut. Haha, get it? So she is buying pizza because it is a team bonding event now. So pizza will go here. And then here are those beautiful cookies that my mom's friend made for us and my mom purchased as a gift for us. This will kind of be the main party table, so I'll probably bring out like some cards, maybe we'll play King's Cup, whatever it is, but just as little snackatizers and people to graze on. I have more Trooper Scooper chips, as well as some Sith salsa and some droid dip. This is just a jar of Cheese Whiz that I have had in my apartment cupboard for a long time, and I kind of just want to get rid of it. So I figured drunk people will drink it, so good enough. Again, I have a ring light on this, so it's not doing it justice, but this is the balloon bouquet that I spent a lot of time on. I think it looks pretty dang good. We got a Yoda and a Darth Vader sticking out and a May the 4th be with you. Just a little added decor and a little something something. In the kitchen, we're gonna have all of our alcoholic beverages over here, and that's gonna be our Jedi juice, so people can write their names on their cups. I have some boxes of wine and some nearly empty bottles of liquor because everyone else, I told everybody bring the booze. I barely have any to provide. So this will look a lot better, so I'll show you later in the night. And then over here is our good options. So we have our Luke Skywalker. We have our Vaderade, which is Gatorade. I thought I had more, but I made the sign, so it's a little weak right now. And then Yoda soda, which again, my boss is bringing with the pizza, I believe. So we're gonna have some soda here. So some non-alcoholic beverages as well to stay hydrated. And then last but not least is my bedroom backdrop. So here's how the backdrop turned out. I just kind of have some balloons hanging around in here. And then, I guess I can turn this off right now. But people can put their phones on a little tripod, turn on the ring light, and come and grab a fun little photo booth prop. So I did have these in like a little vase, but it's just gonna be easier to keep them all in my bed because that's where they're gonna get thrown anyway. So they can come and grab a little guy. Actually, why did I pick that one? Let's do this dude. And take photos. Woohoo! Nice. So my boss just called and she ordered the pizza to my apartment. It'll be here any minute and the guests will start arriving in about 5 minutes. So we did it, guys. We decorated. I think I spent way too much money. I think I have $100 budget for every bucket list item. And I think I went over with the decor, the food, not by much, but I definitely wanted to go all out since I knew this was gonna be more of a coworker event as opposed to my friend event. But I'm excited to see how it turns out. So it's party time. I'm gonna change my shirt into that other one because I think it's a little cuter, and let's go have a good time with my coworkers. So Izzy made some blue milk, true to Star Wars. Say hi.
Hello, YouTube world. Hi.
Okay, we're gonna test it out. It's strong.
We're all different.
We're all different.
I knew it needed
Maybe I can dilute it with Mountain Dew.
You could totally dilute it.
I could totally dilute it. Let's do it. Give me some Mountain Dew.
Do the do. Oh, I'm way more handsome than I thought.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You gotta get on YouTube. And Mario's here. Say hi, Mario.
Hey, what's up?
He was in the last coworker vlog where he was so messed up on camera. You remember that?
Was I? That's crazy.
No, he wasn't. Ooh, Titanic 2. How could there be a Titanic 2? There was room.
Revenge! Revenge!
This is also for my own selfish reasons too. Oh, that was a good shot. Oh yeah. the next day. Let me show you the aftermath of the party because I kind of have a lot to talk about it. Anyway, so here's what we have left over. Not much of the, like, sweets got eaten, pretty much at all. I think anything that's gone, I ate. Nobody really got into the salsa or the queso, which is fine. My boss did bring pizza. That, of course, all got eaten. Almost all the cookies got eaten. And most of the layer dip. They really like the 7-layer dip. And then this is what I have to clean up in the morning. So basically all night long we played games on my TV and a couple of card games. So not too much in terms of cleanup because we kind of just stayed centrally located right here. So last night's party was fun. I didn't end up recording a lot of it, which I kind of was planning on doing. And I think a big part of that was a lot of people canceled last minute and didn't show up. So I was expecting like between 15 and 20 people. And I think there was like 7 people at most at a time. And so it was a lot more intimate of a party, which is fine because I really like hanging out with my coworkers. But I was also like, I told everybody to bring the alcohol because I like barely had any, and not very many people brought any alcohol. So we kind of ran out of alcohol to the point where somebody ran like to a grocery store run to get more. Shout out to Izzy for not only bringing drinks, making his own custom drinks, but then going out and buying us more drinks. You a real MVP, Izzy. And so like not everybody was like super buzzed and vibing as much. And because of the few amount of people, it felt a lot more intimate that I felt like I had to like entertain a little bit more and be like, okay, the next activity we're gonna do is this and the next activity is that. So I didn't get to film as much as I could have. I think because I had in my head the last party that I had, there were a lot of people. So, you know, you get those pockets forming where like there's people in the kitchen, people in here taking drunken photos, people in the living room playing games. That when it's fewer people and only like 7 people, there does need to be a little bit more organization and structure to it. So we played some Quiplash online, which again, shout out to Izzy. He also brought the Wii game for Quiplash, and we can all play from our phones. So that ended up being super fun. Had a great time with that. But it also made me think of like, oh no, if we didn't have that, was my party, would it have been boring? Like, do I throw boring parties? I don't know. I think I'm being hard on myself because I built this up to like, I had to apologize to my neighbors preemptively that I'm going to throw this wild rager because 20 people are coming over. And I told the coworkers that like, uh-oh, I'm worried I'm gonna get a noise complaint. So like, I don't know, I think I'm being too hard on myself that like, can I not throw a good party? Like people canceled last minute and didn't wanna come, and like people didn't eat the food and didn't bring drinks. Like, I don't know, I feel weird this morning about like, the expectations I had in my head were a little bit different than what it was, and whether that's my fault or not, I'm not really sure. But I think what I'm reflecting on in this morning is I may have spent too much time and effort into this party when I probably didn't need to. Nobody came in here to use this photo booth at all, and like, I'm not gonna make people like, hey, go take photos. And so like, I have all of these like, you know, these little sticks with the photo booth props that didn't get touched. They got touched for one photo that we took before our boss had to leave, and that was about it. I think I spent a lot of time on some of the decor, and not that it went unnoticed, but like, to them it's just kind of like, oh yeah, like, cool, looks great in here, where's the booze, sort of thing. That I've definitely realized this party was a lot more for me than for the actual party aspect of it for my coworkers, which is totally fine. But now I'm at the point where I'm like, all right, I gotta clean all this up, and you know, I spent a lot of time hanging this up and making these props, and they didn't get used, and you know, I bought a lot of food that went uneaten, so I don't know, I just have weird feelings about it in the morning. We had a great time. I didn't get like super drunk by any means. I'm not hungover at all, just tired. So now I'm just gonna clean all this up and edit the photos of the party because I still have 3 more Star Wars movies to watch. And so I think the next clip that I'll show you will be after I watch all of those movies and give you my final thoughts on the Star Wars franchise, if I'm a fan, if I'll be continuing down the entire sci-fi saga universe of Star Wars or not. All right, it is a few weeks later and I'm here for my final review of Star Wars. I didn't like it. Probably by the thumbnail. You guys knew this, but I just could not get into them. It's been 3 weeks since my party, and it was such a slog to get me to watch those final 3 movies. And here are my thoughts. I personally think that I just missed the boat of watching and enjoying Star Wars. I think if I were a kid and I had watched it, it'd be a totally different scenario. they just feel like kids' movies. The dialogue is impossibly cheesy, you guys. I don't want to discredit any of the visual effects because I know that those were absolutely ahead of its time. Even the dialogue thing is ahead of its time in terms of introducing a hero and overcoming the enemy. But it just felt like I was watching kids' movies. I found all of the characters absolutely insufferable. I hate Luke Skywalker. Luke is a whiny little bitch and I could not stand every time he was on the TV. I do like Yoda because Yoda I thought was this wise old sensei, kind of like the Karate Kid master, Mr. Miyagi that is. No, Yoda's a little menacing asshole and I kind of loved him for that. But I don't know you guys, overall, I just think because I'm watching it through today's lens, I just couldn't get into it. It just felt a little too dated, a little too cheesy, and a little too of its time to where I just couldn't really get into it. And I think I can say that knowing that it is a classic and respecting the fact that it changed cinema forever. To me, it's the equivalent of, I don't know, I could read War and Peace or Othello and Hamlet. And I could understand that this changed literature and these are the classics, but it doesn't mean I enjoy reading them. So I think that's my overall review of Star Wars, is that they just aren't for me. I respect everybody who is in the fandom. It was daunting for me to watch all 6 original episodes, but I just didn't enjoy Star Wars. I will also say, I think I totally freaked out about my party for no reason. I think I put a lot of pressure on myself to make sure other people are having fun, and just because people like weren't drunk or weren't audibly telling me like, I'm having a great time, I was like, oh no, I don't know how to throw a party. Nobody's ever gonna wanna come to one of my parties again. No, we had a great time, and I think now in hindsight, I'm realizing that I thought in my head the video was going downhill because I wasn't loving Star Wars. I wasn't enjoying the movies, and I'm like, shoot, if I'm not enjoying the Star Wars movies, which is what the whole bucket list item is, then the party has to be awesome. And then when the party didn't meet my expectations, I'm like, oh God, no, like this video is a failure. Nope, this video is the truth. And the truth is that the party was fine and I just didn't enjoy Star Wars. So glad I did this bucket list item because it is such an iconic thing to watch the Star Wars cinematic universe. But for me, I don't know if I'd recommend it to you guys. Even though most of you guys have probably seen Star Wars, so my opinion doesn't really matter. But crossing this one off my bucket list and probably will not be revisiting it again. But I want to know your guys' thoughts. Are you big Star Wars fanatics? Are you more Star Trek fanatics? Do you think it's blasphemy that I'm even saying this? I don't know. Let me know, and again, let me know any other suggestions that you have for some bucket list items in terms of a phase 2. If you want to see what else is on my bucket list, what I will be accomplishing in the next few months, again, head over to my Instagram. It is the pinned post, and you could see some more behind the scenes photos and videos in the Instagram highlight album thingy. But thanks so much for watching me melt down a little bit on this one. You know, not every bucket list item is going to go great, and I think it's all about balance. Hopefully the rest go great. We'll see. But I will catch you guys in the next 30 before 30 bucket list vlog. Toodles!